Hello, I'm Frank Hannaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps, the channel where I talk about my spiritual path towards self-realization and the small steps I'm taking to get there, aided by my teacher, Eknath Warren. Well, I've been wanting to share something with you guys for a while, and it's just been on my mind. A lot of people, well, there aren't a lot of people that watch this channel. There's a handful of you that consistently watch this channel. And what I know is that people my age and somewhat younger and definitely older are not really aware of the content that's on YouTube, just how incredible it is. And somebody sends you a message and says, go watch this video. I did this today of something that's absolutely absurd or funny, that hopefully doesn't hurt anything. Sometimes they're very rude and vulgar. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube that's really wonderful. And a lot of it that I've just, since I've been retired and since I've been making YouTube videos, I've had a lot of time to look at and think about what the value is of YouTube. And there are a lot of just wonderful people out there, particularly young people in their 20s, making all kind of comments. Now, if you remember how you were in high school in your 20s, it's the time for being crude and making some innuendos and trying out bad language. And so you'll find some of that. But if you really tune into what they're saying and how they want to contribute to the world, even when they're not sure of how to do that, that's pretty impressive to me, because I didn't have it together in my 20s. So I'm impressed. So I looked through all my subscriptions before I started this video, and there was just one that's been coming out in my mind. Did you know you can subscribe to YouTube videos? You have to have a YouTube account, which YouTube is now owned by Google. I don't know if my account is under my Gmail address. You may need a Gmail address to do it, but once you do that, you can subscribe to things, and when you go on to YouTube, you can look under your subscriptions, and it will show you new videos by the people you've subscribed to. So anyway, some of you that watch are subscribed to me, so you must know how to do that. So anyway, so this one YouTube channel just blows me away. And I've been watching it over the past year, I guess. And I just want to share it with you. And in a future date, I'll talk more about things in the arts. But this channel is called Jack's Gaps. Jack's Gap, not Jack's Gap. This channel is called Jack's Gap, and it is hosted by two twin brothers from England named Jack Harries and Finn Harries. Right now, Finn is in design school in New York City, and so you don't see him very much on the channel, but you can follow him on Instagram. But his brother Jack, who the channel is named after, and I think maybe he initiated the channel, is continuing to produce videos. And I've watched them learn to produce videos. I mean, they make really wonderful, uplifting documentaries. They've sought out sponsors. They're doing now a series of 24 hours here and 24 hours there. I know they did 24 hours in New Orleans, 24 hours in Tokyo. The latest one, 24 hours in Istanbul, you can see the technique and everything developing. And Jack had developed this camera that it's a really good video camera that he has affixed to a hard hat and wears on his head for 24 hours in whatever city. The one on Istanbul is just fabulous. They've also done some projects. They did this thing where for charity, they drove across India for 3 days and they filmed it. It was kind of a quest across northern India, I think from Bengal over almost to Afghanistan. And that was the beginning, as far as I know, of their real documentary work. And then they did a series of short portraits of people, a woman who was an artist, a woman who worked with dolphins in the Bahamas. Jack's Gap. Go check out Jack's Gap. It is so fabulous, and it will warm your heart that there are young people like this in the world today. Your kids can watch it. You don't have to worry about language or anything like that. One of the things that Jack's done in the last year, every now and then he has these little intimate sort of talks with his subscribers, and he just kind of tells you what's going on. But a few months ago, he did a thing about depression, and these are two really handsome young men who seemed to have it entirely together. And he talked about how he had had some bouts of depression, and that he got a lot of comments from young people that were subscribed talking about how they were depressed and they weren't enjoying their lives. And he addressed that and offered some help, and sweet people. All the best to you, Jack Harries, and to your brother Finn. They just spent their first birthday apart ever, since Finn is in New York going to school. So that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching this. I'm going to come up with some other things, particularly about the arts, about dance, and maybe some photography channels that you might enjoy. And I'll share those at a later date. But my number one pick for something to warm your heart is Jack's Gap. I'll put the link below. I'll let you go. From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to wish you peace and joy.